Years ago, when I was in high school, I got to drive the school bus and go to school. I figured, what the heck, if I had to go to school, I was going to get paid to go to school. Well, it's on a Friday. It's in the springtime. It's pretty warm. I asked my buddy John, I said, John, you want to do the drag strip tonight? I worked down at the drag strip on Friday nights when I was in high school to make some money. John said, yeah, I want to go. I said, okay, when I get home, park the bus, I said, I'll come by and grab you. So, about this time, I pull up in the field and I park my bus. I go in the house, I get my little brother, I said, come on. He loaded up in the car. We in my 70 Mach 1 Mustang. 302 had a 3-speed in it at the time. Me and him get in there, I fire that bad boy up. I go up the road. Well, up the road, about a mile from the house, the highway, there was a road that forked off like this, and the main road went this way. I had to go out that fork. Well, being the lazy redneck I am, I didn't downshift. I just left it in high gear, put my blinker on, and I made the turn. When I made the turn, up there about 35 yards was this little old cinder block house on the left side of the road. It wasn't very big. I never had went by there to just see who all was in the house, but I knew the house wasn't very big. Directly across from it was this old 2-story house, and it was falling down and stuff. Well, there was this crazy little old man in a Datsun truck sitting on my side of the road facing me. Well, I'm back away from him a good bit. I put my blinker on and I eased over in the lane to go around him. About this time, this little old feist dog, Chihuahua something, run out behind that truck, and I hit the horn, beep, beep, beep. The little old dog turned and went back behind the truck. I got about right up on that truck, and all of a sudden that old man backed up. When he did, the dog run out in front of me. And when it did, I just threw both feet on the brake pedal. I never even hit the clutch. And all of a sudden I hear, boo! And I hear that dog going, whop, whop, under the car. And the whole time it's hitting, you hear it, yeah. I mean, that dog is just rolling. I don't realize it, but I'm off the road now, and my cars are doing this across the grass. And all of a sudden, there's a hump. The farmers used to leave this hump of grass between the field and the yards and stuff. And the front end of my car goes, whoop, and it just stopped. I'm sitting there, and I look around. I look over my little brother. I said, you okay? He said, yeah. He said, God, we about turned over. I said, yeah. About that time, I opened the door up, and I go to get out to see what's going on. And lo and behold, so help me God, the dog was out there, and his old head skint, and I mean, he's looking horrible. About this time, the screen door, bow, it kicked off the hinges. And here come this woman now. Oh my God. She about 5 foot nothing tall, and big around as she was tall, and as ugly, God almighty, ugly ain't the word for it. She looked like 6 miles of bad dirt road, and she fell out of the ugly tree and had hit every limb on that sucker coming to the ground. She hollered at me, you run over my dog. I said, ma'am, hold on a minute. What? I said, you see these marks across your yard? Yeah. I said, you see them black marks out in the highway? Yeah. I tried to miss your dog. I said, that old man over there caused your dog to run out in front of me. Well, about that time, that dog went in the house, and it was the awfulest screaming. Oh my God, it sounded like there was an axe murder in there going on. And all of a sudden, these young'uns come filing out. And I mean, they ranged from 6 foot tall down to a baby. whole tribe of them. And I thought to myself, oh my God, somebody has slept with this woman. And they screaming the dog's name, the dog eyeballs skint pulled back. That old woman took off running. And she went over there, and there was two old men in that Datsun truck. And she run over there, and she grabbed that one in the driver's seat, and she had him pulled halfway out through the window. And buddy, she beating the brakes off of him. Pow, pow, pow. I jumped in my car. I fired that thing up. Boy, the Duke boys didn't have nothing on me. I crammed that thing up in reverse, and I'm coming backwards and spinning, and I jerk her down in low gear, and I'm coming out of there broadside. And my little brother said, we got to do something. That man's getting killed. I said, that man's on his own. I said, I ain't fighting that big heifer. Little did I know that 3 weeks later, I'd drive past that same place. That dog was still alive. It wasn't hurt at all. Just skin up. So whatever you do, always watch out for them trolls hiding in them little block houses. They could be a monster waiting on you. Y'all have a good day.